I think there's two things that have struck me from the discussions we've been having. The first one is still how Eurocentric the discussions and the debates are, and how informed they are by European academics and researchers, databases that are held in Europe, and ideas that have come out of Europe. And I'm surprised that hasn't changed more over the last 10 or 15 years as development has taken off in the emerging powers. So I think that's one of the things that hits me. The other one, I suppose, is about the way that people still listen to economists and take economists so seriously. Well, when you look at the record, they've consistently got things wrong and have pushed us to extreme positions when we know it's not the state or the market, it's the state and the market and civil society. And lots of people have known that for the last 50 years, but we've been, policy's been over-influenced by economists who seem to push one to a pole position, and that's surprised me. The growth rates of recent times, this 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12%. Even 20 years ago you couldn't think of growth rates of that sort. So these growth rates are quite extraordinary, but I think we will need to realize that they are quite extraordinary. In China, the growth rate's been so good because it had 200 years of very bad policy. And you can catch up quite a lot after 200 years of bad policy, but you don't catch up at that rate forever. So I think that's certainly got me. I think the first one is we've been far too focused on what to do, what policy, rather than how do we do it. And that's meant that in a way there's been these searches for best policies and best practice, and a neglect of context and thinking about how will we do it then. Shall I repeat that? The second one, which I think many people are spotting, is climate change, and particularly as I work on Bangladesh, then I think Bangladesh's present and future situation is going to be dramatically rewritten by that. Most alarming about that is that in the West we seem to be ignoring the science. 20 years ago we seemed to understand it was happening. Now we're saying, oh, it's only maybe happening. And then the third thing I think that we're going to have to get interested in is tax. There's just been too much of a focus on aid. And foreign aid is a little bit on the side. If we want welfare, if we want growth-promoting policies, then you need to have domestic tax systems that contribute to those. And you need that for the finance, but you also need it so you get the politics that will support public investment.